Welcome to day 2 of the new account, and today we're gonna try and clear chapter 1. And I'm going through all these login bonuses. This one you see is the monthly login bonus, and it's a great way to get divine paper dolls. Just log in for 25 days and you'll get one. Unfortunately, I might not get this one because I've started this on the 9th of July, so I might not be able to log in 25 days this month. Most of these login bonuses are limited time. This one here is for new players. Every new account gets this now. It's 7 free friends in the first 7 days, which is quite useful because you want to get 18 unique friends to do errands, and you'll see why a bit later. The rest of these are seasonal login bonuses. And you can get quite a lot of good stuff, so just make sure you log in every day. And the most exciting one is the Korindou Roulette. Some people think if you click on a certain spot or a certain time, you can influence the amount of prayers you get. No, it's completely random, okay? But feel free to have your superstitions regarding these gacha rules. This is the second day out of the 10 days of Korindou Roulette. And on the 10th day, you will be guaranteed 100 rolls if you didn't get 100 rolls on an earlier day. Unfortunately, I just get a bunch of story cards, but it's fine, whatever. Okay, so let's talk a bit about my goals. So my short-term goal is to clear story, clear the chapter 1, and which will unlock school, dojo, and errands. But my slightly longer-term goal right now is to get 4 paper dolls. Paper dolls you can get from weekly task, one over here, it's this thing, paper doll. And you can get it from these special tasks. So when you clear the prologue, you get Raisin, which I'm gonna claim. And then when you raise Raisin to level 10, you get a paper doll. And when you clear chapter 2, you get a paper doll. When you clear chapter 3, you get a paper doll. So that's 4 paper dolls, 3 from the special task and 1 from the weekly task, which you can do every week. I can't do it this week though because it's currently a Saturday, and you kind of need 5 days to clear this. So and then so that's 4 paper dolls that you can get from task. You can also get paper doll from here, event shop, and you can get a paper doll from this event's total points at 250 points, or 250,000 points. So that's that's a total of 6 paper dolls that I could get. And sometimes there's paper dolls from the login bonuses as well, but it doesn't look like I got any. And I want to get 4 of these paper dolls because I need 4 paper dolls to max limit break Miss Umaru. And when I limit break her, she's gonna unlock more spell cards and it's gonna increase the level cap. Now the level cap is 70. When I limit break her, and then after I limit break her 3 times, which will cost 4 paper dolls or duplicates, then I can get her to level 100. So I do have a duplicate which I can use to limit break, but I'm gonna ignore her because I just got really lucky in the reroll, and so most likely you guys won't have this, so I'm just gonna not use this duplicate and pretend she's not there. Since we're here, I might as well talk about the rest of these tabs. So Errands is just when you put in this wood that you can get from main story stages into your friends to increase their stats by a bit. Might as well do that. Upgrade is locked, I guess I'll talk about it later. Awaken is when you use tokens to increase your friend's awakening level, which is gonna increase her power at the cost of increasing her spirit point cost. And this means that she will cost more spirit points every time you use her to battle. You do not want to do this at all unless you're absolutely certain that you know what you're doing. So, because most friends don't need these awakening levels to farm stages, and you're just unnecessarily increasing their spirit point cost. Awakening is irreversible and you might regret later on. You can also equip some story cards, and it's kind of difficult to choose what story cards to equip. So I'm gonna explain this a bit later after talking about combat mechanics. The most important takeaway here is to focus your materials on one friend. Do not spread out your materials between friends, you just want to focus one friend, and when you max her out, she'll become very powerful, especially when you max limit break her and unlock her last word. Which is why my goal is to collect 4 paper dolls. Focus one friend. Very important. I'm also going to claim some of my mail, and I'm gonna be careful not to collect any of these spirit points because, as you can see, I'm already capped on spirit points, and I can't claim any of these when I'm over the cap. So ideally, I want to try and keep under the cap. So I'm just gonna claim all the mail except for the spirit points. I'm also going to the store as mentioned and to claim the free daily gift as well as buy out any seal crystals from the coin shop and the token shop. And again, golden scrolls, usually quite worth to buy from the coin shop. Now I'm going back to clear more of the main story, and as you can see, it's still really easy. I'm breezing through these stages just by using my shots, so I won't bore you with all these easy battles. And by the way, in this game, there's not really such a thing as like, oh, your main party where you use 6 friends to clear a stage. Most stuff can be done with just 1 friend, especially the main story stages. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use Misamaru and the friends, just put whoever you rerolled for over here, and I'm just gonna put Marissa in the back because Marissa is quite useful in the early game and everyone gets her. So I'm gonna put her in my team to gain EXP. Okay, so I've just unlocked Errands, but before that, I'm gonna skip to the future where I explain some basic combat mechanics in case you guys are having trouble with the stages so far, which you might be having because when I'm playing, currently there is X times 4 EXP. Usually there is EXP up on these main story stages, but sometimes there isn't. So this is kind of the first mini boss against Cousin, and as you can see, if I just use my shots, it doesn't do that much. So this is a good opportunity to talk about some basic combat mechanics, like I said. So we have shots and we have spell cards, and the spell cards they do quite a bit more damage, but you only can use them once per battle. As you can see, it does quite a bit more than the shots, quite a bit more powerful. Usually, if you are only using spell cards, you hardly ever use shots in the late game. And the interesting thing about spell cards is that you can equip story cards to them, which are these things. And this story card I just equipped, it's Spring, or that I just used, it gives me 1 spirit power when I use this spell card. And what this spirit power is this thing. It's the thing that allows you to boost, which is the next thing I'm talking about. So boost, what it does is that it adds, it basically means that you attack with more bullet lines. So here, if I use my spread shot with no boost, I'm only attacking with this bullet line. If I boost once, I'm attacking with this bullet line. If I boost twice, it adds another 3 bullet lines, so I'm attacking with 5 bullet lines now. And this depends on the character. So for my focus shot, the first 2 boosts only add 1 bullet line each, and the 3rd boost unlocks 3 bullet lines. So this shot, or this attack is backloaded, which means I need 3 power to get most of the damage. And this attack is comparatively front-loaded because I need less power to sort of unlock the full potential of the attack. So you do gain spirit power every time your attack hits. Your spread shot tends to have a higher base spirit power gain as compared to your focus shot. So the game tells you, oh, use your spread shots to gain spirit power, but actually no one really does that because it's kind of unreliable. And the main way to gain spirit power is by using these story cards, certain story cards with spirit power up. I'll talk more about story cards soon, but then you also have skills, and skills they have various effects, and each character has 3 skills. And the final thing is the Graze button. What the Graze does is that it blocks 1 enemy attack. So if you Graze once, I take 0 damage from the next enemy hit, and this is especially useful when the enemy is about to use a spell card. So here, you can see this bar below Cousin's health bar is full, which means that she's gonna use a spell card against me. So now's a good time to Graze, because then the Graze will mean I take 0 damage. You can Graze up to 3 times a turn, and when you Graze 3 times, you basically take 0 damage from the next 3 hits. But there's only 1 enemy, so I only need to Graze 1 time every turn. If there were multiple enemies and I only grazed once, then the first enemy attack will be grazed away and I take 0 damage, and then the next enemy attack will hit me for the full damage. And also, you can only use 4 barriers for grazing, the 5th one you cannot use to graze. So I'm gonna finish her off and talk a bit about story cards and buffs. Okay, so as I mentioned, on every story card, on every spell card, you can equip a story card. And now I'm going to give a very quick story card guide. And I'm going to talk about 3 story cards, which is Spirit Power Up, Accuracy Up, and Yang/Yin Attack Up. First, Spirit Power Up, very simple. When you use your spell card, you gain a Spirit Power, and then you can use it to boost on the following turn. So basically, it's kind of like setting up for the next turn. And this is very useful, and especially going into the late game. But if you're not really sure, then if you're not sure what to do, put an accuracy card on your spell card. So accuracy is very important because it increases, because almost every bullet in this game has only 75% accuracy, which means you'll miss 1/4 of your shots. 1/4 of your damage on average will go to waste because you just miss. And 2 levels of accuracy is enough to increase this to 105%. Each level of accuracy increases your accuracy by 20% of the base amount. So at 75% accuracy, 20% of 75% is 15%. So 1 accuracy is going to increase this to 90%, and 2 accuracy is going to increase this to 105%. So I need 2 accuracy to have perfect accuracy. And this story card is giving me 2 accuracy. So Poltergeist Concert and Valued Tools of the Trade are the accuracy cards you are most likely to have. Next, we have Yang and Yin Attack. So if you already have accuracy, like for example, this card gives me 2 turns of accuracy. So let's say I'm using this card on turn 1, and on turn 2, I'm using this card, and I want to deal as much damage as possible. What I can do is on turn 1, I use this accuracy card. So accuracy is more, so I have accuracy for 2 turns, and then on turn 2, I use a Yin Attack Up card. So, or Yang Attack Up card, but so first priority is accuracy, and then second priority is this Yin Attack Up. And the reason why, and the difference between Yin or Yang attack is that some attacks or some spell cards are mostly Yin. As it says somewhere here, mostly Yin, I think. Maybe not, but so as you can see, this black dots on the right side means that this bullet line is Yin. And this spell card is kind of mixed. You can see it's Yin over here, and then it's Yang. These white dots mean that it's Yang. So it's Yin, Yang, Yin, Yang. But the first line, which has most of the damage, is Yin. So if I want to boost damage, I'm gonna use Yin attack on this spell card, not Yang attack. But this other spell card is mostly Yang. As you can see, the first bullet line is Yang. So this card is mostly Yang. If I want to boost damage, I'm going to use Yang attack on this Yang attack up story card, not the Yin attack up story card. And what the Yin or Yang attack does, every level of Yin attack increases your base Yin attack by 30%. So if I have 1 level of Yin attack, it's going to increase my Yin attack by 130%, and 2 levels it was going to increase it to 160%, and so on. And the max is 10 levels, in which case my Yin attack will be increased to 400%. So it's 30% per level. And it's the same for Yang attack, it's the same for Yin, for the defensive stats as well. But the defensive stats, like, they aren't that useful usually, or at least right now they aren't that useful. So basic story card guide. Accuracy first, if you have no accuracy. If you do have accuracy, Yang/Yin attack, depending on whether the spell card is mostly Yin or mostly Yang. An alternative is also Spirit Power Up, but which tends to be quite good later on. But if you're not sure how to use it, then if you're not sure about that, then because that takes a little bit of more thinking. If you're unsure, just put first priority accuracy, and then second priority Yang/Yin attack up, based on the spell card. If you don't know which story cards do what, go to Game Press story card list and Control F to find, and then just type in accuracy. And then you can search for all the cards that give accuracy and see if you have them. Crit accuracy is a different thing. You don't want to have crit accuracy, it's a different thing. You want accuracy. And then you can search Yang attack, for example. And then it will also find these, but if you add a space, then it's gonna press the space bar, and then it will no longer search these. So and then I'll only find these cards. If give Yang attack up, enter Yang attack 2 levels up, Yang attack 2 levels up, and then you can just look at your story cards to see if you have any of them. And the same with Yin attack. So this is quite a useful page for like finding the story cards that have certain effects. And now back to errands. Errands are actually really complicated. I have a full guide on that, but here I'm just gonna explain some basics, because honestly the game does a terrible job of explaining errands. So errands are a major source of seal crystals, and usually you want to do limited errands, not daily errands, because daily errands here, actually this is quite lucky. Usually these daily errands don't have any seal crystals. They only have seal crystals about 30% of the time. But limited errands, which you can spawn by spending spirit points in battle, so essentially you battle a bunch and then you can spawn these. These are the ones that you want to do because they drop more seal crystals. And right, and you can send up to 6 friends on an errand, and then you can do 3 errands at once. Now it's only 2, but once you complete chapter 1, you can do 3 errands at once. Errands are also the only reliable way to get these god crystals as a free-to-play player. So you can send up to 6 friends on an errand, and the more friends you send, the more likely you are to get these rewards. And here I'm only have 4 friends left, so each unique. You only can send, if I have 2 Misumarus, I can't send each of them on an errand. You only can send 1 Misamaru on an errand. So if you have 2 of the same units, I can't use it twice basically. And this is why you want to have 18 unique friends as soon as possible, so that you can max out your errands essentially. If you have any unit rituals, then you can use them to get more units. Right now there are these first anniversary rituals, which I will use and see if I get any units from them. And if I do, then I can put them into the errands as well. Okay, I didn't get any units, but that's fine. I'm gonna go back to the errands and I'm just gonna... oh, that's not the right place. I'm gonna go back to the errands and just put 4 of my friends here. So I only have 10 unique friends, so I have 6 of them here, and I'm just gonna put 4 of them here. I'm gonna prioritize seal crystals over god crystals. Check out my full errand guide in the card or in the description, I guess. Before I clear more main story, I'm gonna mention this event. So there are often these EX stages, and then which are for endgame players, and then there's these sorts of events. And this is a great place to grind for EXP. So if you're having trouble with the main story, do not struggle through it. Just go and grind some levels on the event. What you're gonna do is just clear some stages until you reach a 1 wave stage. Just look for a 1 wave stage. And then, because 1 wave is obviously a lot faster to clear than 3 waves, and put in the character you want to level. You can put in some other characters as well, so just put all the characters you want to level, and then you can use skills, whatever, and use your all targeting spell card. I recommend putting an accuracy card here as well, so just use your all targeting spell card. It should very easily clear off the stage, because this is because the events on easy on normal difficulty is quite easy to clear. And then it will save replay. Just click the save replay, and then go back in, press auto replay, auto rematch, and then confirm, and then just press the replay button. This is basically gonna auto farm the stage over and over. You do have to leave your device open, however. If you're strongly against leaving your device open to farm stages like this, then you might as well uninstall, because there's a lot of this kind of farming in this game, and if you refuse to farm, then you will never get past the mid game. So basically just farm a bit until you're over leveled and then go back to clear story. Before you really focus on events, you do want to finish chapter 1 so you can unlock stuff like the dojo. Thank you Yukari for showing me where this button is. The dojo is really simple. It's where you can train your skill levels. So you just put in your friends, you select the skill, and use these books to train them. So the gold books are the most efficient, and I recommend just using the gold books. At the start, just use the gold X books, because the gold X books are only for training, while the other gold books, the normal gold books, can be used for upgrade as well. So just use gold X books. You probably, if you don't have them, then use silver or bronze X. I have quite a lot, probably from some login bonus. And books are quite plentiful, so feel free to train whichever other friend that you like, if you want to do it. If you want to do so. So I can just train Marissa, why not? Whatever. Anyway, I go back and clear a few more stages. And I unlock the school. The school is pretty important. It gives you some EXP, and most importantly, it increases the morale of your friends, which allows them to battle for a longer period of time, essentially. If you battle when exhausted, your friends will lose friendship and you'll miss out on bonus stats. You start with 2 school slots, you can unlock more with God Crystals. I'm just gonna put Misamaru here, Misumaru here, as well as Marisa, I guess. And you can put food, you can put in some food, but this does not increase morale gain, it only increases EXP gain. And the EXP gain here is quite small compared to doing stages, so it's like whatever. Okay, so this is a pretty good stopping point for day 2. We have unlocked school, dojo, errands. Then as always, before I end off for the day, I'm just gonna check the shop again and see if I did get that, because it does refresh every 8 hours. So and I'll buy the seal crystals if they are available. And I'm gonna complete these daily tasks as well. Make sure I complete all as many as I can, which involves doing my errands, which I will do. So just gonna finish up these errands, and as you can see, a nice 3 seal crystal errand has spawned, so I will send my friends to do that, as well as this other one. I'm gonna do the daily stage as well. If you can't handle it, just do an earlier difficulty. You can do these 3 times a day, so I'm gonna set up the replay and just use the auto replay function to finish up the other 2 times. You do want to do these daily stages daily. They do give some nice materials as well on top of the seal crystal reward from the daily tasks. And that's about it for day 2. Thank you for watching, hope you learned something new, and see you tomorrow.